4 meetings this season here in downtown Minneapolis. Your North 9 Ford starting lineups, the Grizzlies with Taj Gibson and Karl Anthony Towns. Jim Peterson, what is your Taco Bell take tonight?
You better take, precursor in terms of deciding Minnesota's wins and losses.
These two teams last season. Jeff Teague, season opening, and Jeff Teague able to get the floater to drop. He needs to. Jackson. Jaren Jackson was fantastic in their game the other night against Towns.
Nice.
Gasol able to get.
So good in pick and roll concept defensively, but individually he's so big and strong.
Nice cut by Kyle Anderson, who stopped. It's not just Jaren Jackson's father that has pro basketball ties. Covington out of the corner for the three.
That's
his dad, 12 years in the NBA, but how about his mom is the director of operations for the WNBA?
She's a lawyer for the Players Associated. It's always one of the really appreciate is Taj Gibson.
Great job rolling up
nice
without
hedge.
fouling. Teague's got options and finally hands it to Taj Gibson for the stuff.
Most of the game. I love players that would parrot play calls back to the bench. Slow-mo gets another.
Thank you, Marty. Thought it was interesting, Jim, after the win here against Portland on Friday night, Andrew Wiggins made a comment about feeling like the scheming was a little bit different.
There's not a valuing of the possession here in Minnesota.
Well, Memphis turned Sacramento over 21 times in their win against the Kings on Friday. Covington 3, and Robert conversation with me about that following the game the other night.
What, he noticed my comments about that?
He did. Andrew Wiggins, the drive and the finish. The defense and what they're going to do and what their team identity is going to be. He said he had a meeting with his staff this summer as Towns is able to get it to go and slow teams down.
Playing in Memphis has never been easy. Pick and roll game with Jaren Jackson running to the rim, communicator of the game.
And we're all very happy to see him having an opportunity in Memphis and having success with it. Andrew Wiggins, a little shimmy shake.
Minutes is what he should be playing. It's a lot of minutes for a player that's had injuries like he's had. But Derek has been fantastic in a Timberwolves uniform as they knock down
control the offensive board. Extra pass from Covington to Saric, and it pays dividends. SB in the awkward looking release, unable to get it to go. That three, however, is good.
Really kind of reclaimed his career. He's reclaimed it for himself as Gorgie Jang knocks down that long two. Hands, talking about ball pressure. One of the most important things in the defensive end, and it really doesn't take any skill to do it.
That was an impressive display right there by Brooks, keeping the dribble alive and getting a shot.
Snaking into the paint, knocking down the shot. This is what Rose has done so well. He still has the great speed and explosion, blowing past people. Very, very out of control of his game. His third turnover of the game for Jeff Teague as Michael Green spins right around Dario Saric. It's one of the main tenets of a great defensive team. I've never seen a great defensive team that doesn't do that.
Rose gets a roll. Well, it's one of the things
defensive team not doing.
Conley, Mike Conley drilled straight years before having that string broken last season. Towns over the shoulder. Saric blocked by Green.
That is, you can realize that guy pushed off on your back. He couldn't get any lift.
Rose finds Covington. Cutting to the hoop for the jam. Rose adding to the bench total. Shelvin Mack out of the corner.
He banked that in.
Are living now in tent cities because they've got nowhere to stay. Conley the feed for Mack.
Mike Conley. And be disruptive because he's just so disruptive. He's able to get through screens. He's able to stay in front. He's a great team defender as Gasol knocks that. This is where Marc Gasol is flourished so well, that left box post up. And he either gives you the right shoulder turn fade dimes from down there as well, but left box is where he flourishes.
Timberwolves meantime have missed 10 of 12, not anymore. Andrew Rowe, they finally end it with that one. Crowd thought there should have been a turnover. Mike Conley instead deserved a better fade. Gasol for Green.
kind of the number is like you want to kind of hold them under 45, but a 40% shooting half by Memphis. Gasol gets a high percentage shot first possession. Opponents under 45% shooting.
Andrew Wiggins attacks, gets around.
The three-point shooting by Andrew Wiggins is really kind of make people perk up as Jackson as he's done.
Jim, you mentioned the three-point shooting by Andrew Wiggins. It opens up so many other things of his game. Karl Anthony Towns.
A little pick and pop.
That's it.
Covington trying to get himself another steal right there, knocks it away. Good switch there. Jackson knocks down the three.
Right back at you. Got over.
That's where Karl Anthony Towns should be popping. I don't know why he wouldn't pop that time. Jeff Teague dragged two defenders to the baseline.
Towns' 9th double-double of the year.
It's one of the ways that Jackson and Gasol get open threes as Conley knocks down that right-handed floater. It's just unique to see a guy with that big of tendency to drive left.
Temple and one opportunity. Conley right back to Gasol, steps behind the line and drills the three.
Temple's dad played the NBA too, by the way. Carlos Temple was drafted by the Phoenix Suns in '74.
Shelvin Mack with the three, and suddenly the Grizzlies.
You mentioned about how they can be unique in the league, and one of the ways that they came up with was to control pace. Minnesota does have three-point shooting now.
Electricity seems to have been taken out a little bit compared to certainly what we saw the other night.
Look at the pressure that Memphis puts on you.
Great spin move by Wiggins, who rises for this. How much of that has to do with at some point you just become so frustrated with trying to defeat what the Grizzlies are throwing at you, Derek?
That's efficiency.
Second triple. Tyus Jones sniffing out a steal, but Jackson able to get it and drill it. Jackson. Rose. Covington out of the corner. There you go, Rocco. Say no. The Grizzlies, meantime, are 17 of 37, and that's 46% there. They are going to wheel that clock down in a hurry. Saric, three ball, yeah!
Stepped into that one.
Still a long ways to go. Got to be inside 2 minutes.
That's a killer. Those are the things
right, you gotta
the
shake it
referees
off.
take it away. You have to shake it up. You can't sit there and blame the officials. They didn't dig this hole for you.
Rose gets two right back. Conley kicking to the corner. Extra pass to Gasol for three.
Point shooters, you got to get them out.
And Temple was wide open and on the other side as well. As Saric rattles one in. Timberwolves playing even with them in this quarter for the most part, but they got to do. Gasol has another one, makes another one. Right, he would fit into things. That's a big if, though, given the history since he's been in Memphis. Covington, a contested three. Mack able to get his. Gasol had it knocked away. Temple's going to have to shoot, and that's the way the day has been.
Shoot well. If you were willing to put pressure on people, you can win basketball games when you don't shot sign with Houston and Dallas on the coaching side, and then
got Jerry Stackhouse.
They got the great Jerry Stackhouse, man. Stack has paid his dues. I got a lot of respect, dude. But he's also paid his dues in the Toronto Raptors organization, coaching their G League team, won a championship. Karl Anthony Towns gets that.
Slowing things down against the Wolves here on this Sunday afternoon. Timberwolves' 3-game win streak comes to an end. The Grizzlies improved to 10-5 on the season, and for now are tied with the second best record in the Western Conference, along with the Clippers, Blazers, and Thunder. We'll be back with full post-game reaction, including Gasol.